YouTube, what's good? Nostalgia here, and today I have episode 2 of Cool and Crazy Looks in Adventure Quest Worlds for you today. Cool, so if you guys didn't see episode 1, there'll be a link to it over here in the right hand corner of the screen, which will be there for the remainder of the video. So if you guys didn't see that, make sure to go and check that out, hit it up with a comment, rate, whatever you guys want to do would be awesome. Now, if you guys didn't watch the first episode, I basically did a review on a look that made me look very similar to Obi-Wan Kenobi, using this same armor and a similar sword, except it was blue. And I basically went over all of the requirements that you had to fulfill in order to make the look and stuff like that. But the basis of the video was that I looked like a Star Wars character. And after giving it some thought, I realized that most of the Jedi robes look almost identical. The only subtle differences are the colors. So I thought, why not experiment with this a little bit and see what other looks I can come up with. And this came out. So some of you may recognize this, others may not. I'm supposed to be looking like Qui-Gon Jinn. He was Obi-Wan Kenobi's master in Star Wars 1, Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and he was a pretty beast character, if I had to say so. So yeah, I managed to create an Adventure Quest look for him, and this is what it looks like. So in this video, it's going to be very similar to last video, purely because not much has changed, only the colors and the blade and the hair and the eye color. That's it. Other than that, it's fairly standard compared to the one in the first video. So starting off with the armor, as I always do, the colors I've chosen for this one, if I go into armor and base color, I've chosen the same brown as I did for my eyes in the first one. It's this brown over here, but you may think that is very different to that. That's purely by pressing this circle. So if I click that and change my color to that, and I go and click on it and click this circle over here, I drag this arrow down to make it a much darker brown, and you get something looking like this. Now he had this Qui-Gon Jinn, if you remember, or if you've seen a picture of him, he had a really kind of dark brown cloak on. Admittedly, his underrobe was the same as Obi-Wan's, but unfortunately there isn't a cloak in this game that would look right with this armor. So I just changed this dark. I just changed the base colors dark, makes him look a little bit older, more experienced, and just different from the other armor. Otherwise, they would look too similar. But I thought this looked pretty nice. So that's all you do for base color. Trim color, I've got the lighter skin color that I used for Obi's base color in the first video. This is the trim color on this particular look, so this color down here. Like in the first one, I'll also have the color codes in the description of the video. So if you guys did want to try and copy this look, give it a go, whatever, you can just copy and paste those color codes. Now, something I should have actually done at the beginning of the video, the requirements and by the way, accessory colors do not matter. I forgot to mention that in my first episode. I did put an annotation on the screen about it. Accessory colors for this armor don't have any impact on the look whatsoever. This could be, bright pink for like it doesn't have any impact, so it's fine. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, the only two requirements for this armor are that you have to be a member. Unfortunately, this is a legend armor. So as I said in the first video, if you're a legend, all good, you have no problems. If you're not, unfortunately you can't get this. All I can say is get some membership and start jamming some membership looks. It's the only really way I can describe it. Also, it kind of gives you something to look forward to. If you are not a member, and indeed, or legend, should I say, I will never get used to that change. If you are not a legend yet, that you intend on being on these videos where I'm using legend items, might give you a little incentive to either become a member, /legend, or give you something to look forward to when you do eventually change. Cool. Other than that, the only other limitation of this look, of this armor, is that it requires rank 5 in chrono span. Not rank 10, which is thankful, just rank 5. I fortunately am rank 10 in chrono span, as you can see over here, but you don't have to be. All you need to do is get up to rank 5, which is generally pretty easy. You can get that in 2 to 3 hours. If you just farm it solidly, you get that, and then you can go and get the look. So you have to be a legend, and you have to be rank 5 in chrono span. As the same in the previous video, you do not need cloak and helm. As I'll show you here, I've got my cloak and helm disabled. If I enable them, I end up looking like that. So disable those. So you don't need cloak and helm, you only need weapon enabled. And yeah, moving on to the weapon. Unfortunately, I hate saying this, but this weapon is rare. It went rare as of yesterday when the Doctor Who shop went rare. That's where all the Sonic swords were, but I know a lot of people managed to get these blades. You know, it only recently went rare. It's not like it's been rare since 2009. So a lot of people will have these, fortunately. So if you did manage to pick one of these up, obviously it is the perfect blade for the set. It looks like a lightsaber and it's green, which is what Qui-Gon's look was. Yeah. So if you didn't, do not fret too much, because unarmed, I go down to unarmed will work as well. It could be that kind of that wise Qui-Gon Jinn that doesn't, his lightsaber's tucked away. He doesn't need a lightsaber. He's just chilling, pretty much with no lightsaber. It's tucked in his robe somewhere. Unarmed will work. But if you do have the blade, and I'll go up to it again. So it's G, isn't it? Ah, where's it gone? There it is, green Sonic blade. It is a legend blade as well. Obviously that looks a lot better. Cool, so that's the armor and sword and cape and everything covered. In terms of the face, as you can see, it's similar to Obi's face, except it's got bigger hair at the back. This is the closest beard, hair and ponytail I could find to Qui-Gon's. If you guys find anything that you deem to think looks closer, let me know. I'd be really open to suggestions. This just happens to be the best one I've found. So hair, as you can see, it's beard 3, and if I click on color, all I chose was this grey here. So I chose that grey, and then I contrasted it just a little bit lighter because he wasn't quite that dark. And you get, this is, as I said in the other video, this is also 100% custom. This, as opposed to everything else here, that is, I would recommend you definitely use. The hair is, I leave that purely up to whatever you think looks the closest to him. Obviously you don't want to make it pink or green or whatever. The closest grey you can get to what his hair actually looked like, and that would be really good. And in terms of skin color, I just chose the slightly more tan skin, just because Liam Neeson was relatively tan. That's the actor that plays Qui-Gon, was relatively tanned in the movie. And also, similar reasons, really dark blue eye color, because Liam Neeson has really dark blue eyes. So that is it. That concludes my second episode of Cool and Crazy AQW Looks. I just cheer and dance, because everyone likes dancing. As you can see, it's a pretty awesome look. You can seriously mess with people's minds walking into yoga. I was looking like this if I just exit the room and run around a bit. As you can see, it looks really cool, especially from a slight distance. It really does look like, like a proper Jedi. And yeah, so as I said before, I want to thank you guys. Or sorry, should I say, as I say in most of my videos, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. Great. Always give it a thumbs up. And subscribe for more cool and crazy Adventure Quest looks, plus much more. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.